Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Greeting Star. Today we're going to be making a square 6x6 card, and it looks like this. We'll embellish the front of it with some self-adhesive rhinestones, and we'll be using some glimmery, shimmery watercolor and paints, and this is by Yasutimo, and I purchased these at Joann's with a 40% off coupon. And then this is some Canson watercolor cold press paper. And this is just a self-adhesive stencil that I got at the dollar store. So I'm going to put that down on my watercolor paper. And then I'm going to choose a brush to use. Again, that's a self-adhesive stencil. I chose this paintbrush. It's a number 2, and I just got some water out of a water bottle and started using it. And you can see here that it's not really working very well. It's kind of difficult to get into the smaller spaces of the stencil there. So eventually here I'm going to choose a larger brush, and that works much better. And what I'm going to do is just, you can see from the image at the beginning of this video, I'm just going to use the colors of the rainbow to create kind of concentric squares. I don't know if you can call them concentric. I know you can call circles concentric. I don't know if you can call squares concentric. But anyway, I'm just going to go all around the outside edges of the square with the first color, which is a reddish type color, and then move on in from there. And this is just a little spray bottle that I bought at like Walmart, and I'm just spraying each one of those pans that have the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and indigo kind of. I just chose a purple to go in the center, so that I can go ahead and color around the edges of my square. And you can see here I moved on to the orange and then realized I needed to go back to the red to finish the other 2 edges of my square, so that's what I did. This bigger brush definitely works better. This is a size 8 brush. The other one was a size 2. And I'm just trying to get into all of the little crevices of this stencil. And I sped up the video a little bit so that you didn't have to watch all the detail. And it's hard to see in the video, at least from what I'm able to see right now, the shine or shimmer of this paint, but in person you can really see the shine and shimmer. It's really beautiful. And there'll be links at the bottom in the description below to all of the products that I've used in this video. If you're ever stuck on what colors to use for a card, always go with the rainbow. That's always a great color scheme, and it always works. And you don't have to use every single color either. You could start, somewhere in the middle, like with green, and go from green all the way out to indigo. Or you could just do the other end of the spectrum, either the cool end or the warm end, whichever one you choose, if you don't want to do every single one. So then I'm using my heat tool to dry this off a little bit, and I also used a paper towel because there was quite a lot of water on there. That will also, when you do that with a paper towel, that will kind of take some of the intensity of the color down too. So just if you want it more intense, then you may not want to use a paper towel. You might want to just keep drying it. But you can see here that some of those flowers didn't get colored in the center. And some of them did. So what I decided to do was go back and embellish it with the rhinestones, the self-adhesive rhinestones. And here I'm just trying to choose what color background I want. And I was matching either the center, but I think that matching the outer edge just looks better. So this orange here is what I eventually go with. I like it much better. Seems to really, really work with the card well. So the background for this card is some textured cardstock, and I just cut it down to like 6x6. I should have adhered the front panel to this back panel, this orange back panel right now before I started putting the rhinestones on, but I didn't do that. I got ahead of myself, which is what I always do. But anyway, I just start working and just go at it, and sometimes I don't always think ahead. But I'm going to use my X-Acto knife here to peel off these rhinestones. And these rhinestones I also got at Walmart. These are Studio G from, I believe, Hampton Art. And I'm just putting in different sizes of them depending on the size of the flower that's on the card. There's different sizes here, so I'm using what goes with the center of the flower. And as I go around the edges, I decide to use some color ones around the inside edges because I'm running out of the clear ones. Of course, you can, if you have alcohol markers, you can take your clear gemstones and color them whatever color you want. So that's kind of a nifty little tip if you weren't aware of that, which makes it really nice because then you don't have to worry with buying other colors. You can just buy the clear and then use your alcohol markers to color them. Plus, you can get an exact match if you use alcohol markers on your card and you want an exact match of color with the rhinestones. You can get that, which is pretty cool. So I used green around the edge of the green, and then for the inside one I'm going to use a purple. And I'm done with the rhinestones. And now I go ahead and adhere it. It's kind of difficult to get that adhesive on the back there. Not too bad though. And then I have to use my Martha Stewart scoreboard to fold the paper, and then I'm going to take it over to my larger trimmer to trim it down. And there you have it. Now the great thing about this card is that there's a lot of embellishments on the front, so you don't have to put a greeting on the front. If you want to, you can. And I just made this card because I wanted to be creative, so I can put it in my stash and use it for anything I want. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.